What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about 25 different altcoins in this video. Yes, it's the live stream leftovers from our most recent live stream. All the requests that I had written down on that live stream that we did not get to. I'm sorry it's been so late. I meant to do this a couple days ago, but I just haven't had time. But I'm squeezing some time in today. I still don't really have time, but I'm making it work. We're going to talk about 25 different coins. If you guys are curious as to what coins they are, just stick around, or look at the list in the pinned comment below. I will leave a list of the coins in chronological order, which ones we're talking about, and then I'll also leave a timestamp next to the corresponding tickers. So if that sounds good to you, let's get started. This is going to be a long video, so hit that like button, subscribe, and let's get into it. All right, Brett is first on the list. Brett here, looking at this on a weekly time frame, we're just going to give a general analysis. It's not going to be like a 10-minute video per coin, right? But looking at this here, it does look like we've potentially found a low. Moved up with a good bit of volume, moved down without it. We could still go lower, and I wouldn't be too surprised if we did, from a low to a high here. If we were to go lower, maybe 4.12 cents at the lowest, 4.33 cents, somewhere in that area. But at the moment, I think it's fine to consider this a low. I mean, you got 1, 2, 3. It could be a triple bottom. You've got a kind of horizontal consolidation phase here. And regardless of if that's the low or not, 4.3 to 4.1 cents would hold up as support. And inevitably, I do believe that you'd move higher. Looking at this on a daily time frame, very neutral stance. Stochastics look like they want to come out. The MACD is inconclusive, and you've been moving sideways. So of course, it's going to be 1 hour time frame does look bullish. Actually, it looks pretty damn bullish. I'm not going to lie. That might mark continuation. And the 4 hour has some good stuff going for it too, but again, kind of inconclusive here. I would think you do continue to move up. I mean, this might be good for a low, yeah, right here. But again, if not, you've got those lower targets to consider, right? And if you are, and when you are to go higher, I would assume that Brett, by the end of September, maybe even October at this point, would see prices all the way up at about 14.4 cents to 18.1 cents. I don't believe that we're going to see new all-time highs for Brett until maybe going into later this year, right? September, October probably brings you to 14 to 18 cents. I just can't see Brett making a move all the way up to 44 cents, man. I mean, maybe it does, right? Maybe that happens by the end of October, but I think that'll be more for like Christmas time going into January time, right? Before you see new all-time highs. Anyways, there's Brett. Let's talk about DAG now. That's the next one on the list. DAG at about 3.69 cents. 5 days, 2 hours left in this week here. Consolidating. Kind of have a diamond bottom, don't you? Wow, on a weekly time frame too. That is a massive diamond. You guys see it? Do you see the diamond? Right here. Here's that. There's that. There's this. There's this. Do you see it? Right? It's pretty perfect. Diamond bottoms, diamond tops, dead giveaways are like this symmetrical triangle look on both ends, right? And then from there, you just connect the dots. They're known for volatile breakouts, right? So you could break out one direction and then come out the other way. You could break out one direction and then come out the other way. Or maybe you just break out, and they're also known for high velocity, very high speed breakouts as well. So if this is a diamond pattern, I'm going to take the low end of the pattern to the high end of the pattern here, put it at the potential breakout point. And I would assume DAG breaks out to the upside. I do think that it's going to break out to the upside. The breakout point might be somewhere around there. That puts you all the way at 20 cents. You're at like 3.6 cents now. Let's put some fibs on here from a high to a low. What would that take you up to? Right above your 1414. I like it. Yeah. You're at 3.68 cents now. Whenever you do break out, whenever you go, September into October, I wouldn't be surprised if you're at 17.8 to 24.5 cents. If you weren't stopping here, it's only because you went higher. DAG has a very low market cap, so it's completely possible that you 37 to 44 cent price maybe by the end of October there. And that would put you, anything from a 4x, 6x, maybe as high as something on the lines of like an 11x move. Could you grow more than that? Sure, but I think that you're going to find turbulence probably at about $1 billion, and that would be $1 billion market cap. That'd be at about 40 cents. So you might find turbulence at your all-time high area there, but I do think that you're going to move up higher between now and the end of October. It's looking like the end of October might be when we move up. That daily RSI looks great. The stochastics look great. The MACD is kind of neutral, but that's what you get with sideways stuff, so I'm not really too worried about it. Yeah, good. If you're not at your low, I would say you're very near your low, but I wouldn't count on there being too much too much lower prices. Again, sometimes these diamond patterns do break out one way and then come up the other direction. So if you were to break out, it could be slightly, it could be over slightly. I don't know. I would expect it to be short-lived and then reverse back to the upside. If not, I would expect that you break out to the upside then. Overall, you actually do look pretty productive on your indicators here. All right, moving on from Brett, we're going to talk about Alien Base ALB here. Alien Base has a rather ugly pattern here, doesn't it? It's got the sombrero of death, the left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder here. Looks like you want to go down. Is what it looks like. It's a very ugly pattern. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I know alien base, and I want to be clear. I don't think that it's going down. I'm just saying you look ugly. I'm saying right now it looks ugly. Okay, that ugly pattern is not the end all be all. There's more to it than that, and we'll look more into it and see. But I'm just saying it's not a friendly looking pattern, at least at the moment. Okay, I want to put on some indicators here. Let's put on the relative strength index. Okay, and then we'll color this different so it's easier for people to see, because that purple on purple ain't easy, but the white stands out, doesn't it? It pops a little bit. Getting tied up at the 50 time and time again is not ideal, my friends. Not ideal at all. Looking at the weekly time frame there, looking at the 4-hour time frame, downtrend is horrendous. The daily RSI looks good though. It looks like you would continue to move up. That's nice. That's reassuring. Okay, so there's some good things going on. The weekly time frame is not condemning. I don't know if you guys just heard that. I was putting a piece of paper down by the mic there. It's not condemning. And if this, we got 5 days left in this week. If you can come up and close this week green, I think that would look good. You want to get above the 50. You don't want to continue to be held down by it though. Okay. Alien base, I think, had a lot of momentum going for it, and it's just been dead silent ever since December. But we'll see. So have a lot of altcoins. So let's see how you do with this alt season. I don't want to write you off completely. It's a very ugly pattern, but that doesn't mean that you have to go down. You absolutely can recover and move up higher from here, okay? Let's give some if-then statements, all right? If it's bearish, what it would look like. If it's bullish, what it would look like, okay? We take a low here to a high there. I would think that if you get a daily time frame to close, not to move below, but to close below 4.34 cents, that would spell trouble. I would start to be worried if we got below 5 cents, okay? But 4.3 cents is the line in the sand. If you get above 12.2 cents, that's when it's time to get excited. And even 9.7 cents could bring a little bit of excitement as well. But I'm sure anybody's going to be happy if it's moving up. Overall, I really do like the daily time frame look. Volume's building, coming up. That's nice. You got a little bit of volume on that yesterday's dump, but whatever. ALB's got a very low market cap, right? We're at a $15 million market cap. Very low volume too, though, right? That's kind of some of the issue here. It's an interesting thought. It's just, is it going to be used is the question, right? Base, here's the one thing I will say is it seems as though base, like base affiliated coins, ecosystem, coins built on the base ecosystem, they do seem to be up and coming. I'm not lying. I think that there's actually going to be some good stuff with that going into the end of this year. So with that, ALB could definitely rally, and this thing I think is primed for that. I mean, you got a $15.8 million market cap. You don't need to bet the bank on this to see crazy returns. 100x from here would put you at 1.5 billion, and that's not a small achievement, right? But it's attainable. 1.5 billion dollars. The whole top 100 is filled with that, right? Let alone whenever alt season's peaked, or like whenever we're in peak alt season, there's going to be the top 200 are going to have that, right? And I'm just saying this thing doesn't have to live in the top 200, but maybe for a day or two or a week or two, you could get up there. You could definitely see 100x with this thing. You could see a multi-100x with this thing, absolutely. Let alone like 1.5 billion, let alone 10.5 billion. You know what I mean? Like this thing could do some crazy stuff, but it has to have the right momentum, the right hype behind it. I don't know if it does. With that being said, I do think that it moves up. All in all, even if I was saying, and I was saying this is a bearish pattern, it's not a head and shoulders pattern though. It's not a head and shoulders, right? Actually, now that I think about it, it's definitely not. That is too high for it to be a head and shoulders, so it's not a head and shoulders pattern, so that's nice. But it is still an ugly setup nonetheless. But even with that, I still do believe it's going to move up high. Remember, I said I do believe that that doesn't mean that I go down. I was just being candid with my words. Whenever it moves up, and it will probably move up over the next couple of months, I would think that your nation is probably anywhere from at least 31.5 to 41 cents. If not, I really wouldn't be surprised if this thing saw new all-time highs. $1.20 to $3.12. You could see like a 15x to hell, even a 38x. Don't believe me, right? Let's take this low here from September up to December. You saw a 14x there. I'm just saying if you did a 14x again, that would basically put you right there at $1.20. That's your minimum target. And after all this like disbelief, all the excitement here and then all the disbelief here, I don't know if it's going to come back. If it goes up here, absolutely, you could see even more stupendous growth. That would kind of validate it. And once you have validation, that builds a whole nother layer of hype. So definitely a lot of potential there for ALB. Velo is the next one, VELO. I think it's not Velodrome, it's just the red one, red Velo, right? Nobody specifies, so I always go with the red one. If we're looking at this here on a weekly time frame, you know, you kind of look like the average altcoin with this consolidation phase. I would think you're just waiting on ETH. You've moved down a lot. Yeah, whatever. You know, you came out at the ass end of the last bull market, so I'm not going to hold that against you. You're doing all right this cycle. Not many cryptos from January or December of 2022 look like this. They're a lot worse off. Not many cryptos from December of 2022 can say that they're up 15x right now. You know what I mean? Like that's pretty impressive in itself. Weekly RSI does look good. I would think that you do continue to grow. So do the stochastics. The MACD is about to cross up. If you go, and what's nice too is everything else kind of dumped hard this week. You didn't really dump that much. I would expect that you do see higher high by the end of October. Okay, from the current price. Come on now, current price to there. Yeah, something at like 5.8 cents, maybe to 9.7 cents, go up to 10 cents, find psychological resistance at 10 cents. I could see that. Could you go higher? It's possible. The highest I'd give you is probably 30 cents, okay? But I think you'll stop at 10 cents, if not 5.8 cents, okay? But probably somewhere around 10 cents would be my guess. Velo, that's Velo, V-E-L-O. Let's talk about, what's the next one on the list? C-Pool. C-Pool. Clear Pool. I feel like if I remember, I don't like this one. No, it's not bad. It doesn't look bad. You're finding support at prior resistance. That's nice. You look like the average altcoin with this consolidation phase. I'm not worried about you at all. You're just waiting your turn. That's all it is. You're waiting your turn. And you're going to get your turn. It's going to be fantastic whenever it does come, probably. Probably, I say. From a high. Come on, that was not the high. We were close, though. We were pretty damn close. High here to the low. You got 16 cents. Yeah, I could see you getting to $1. Right? By the end of this next move. $1, maybe $1.96, maybe. Low market cap coin, if I'm not mistaken, right? Let's see, pull here. Let's see. Oh, yeah, pretty low market cap. Ah, that's very low volume. We don't like that, but whatever. You're being boring, so we'll give you a pass. Low volume on a move down. You're down like 12% this week too, so that's fine. Let's look at your indicators. Overall bullish, yeah. Kind of reminds me of Velo. I would think that you do, you know, maybe you don't get to $1, at least 40 to 50 cents, if not at most $2. It's a big range, but I like that dollar area, psychological resistance there. Okay, I like that a lot. That would make the most sense to me. Let's get a high to low here real quick. High to low. That's also right around $1.15, which is your golden ratio. $1.15, $1. Maybe you get, I think you have a chance of getting to $2, but I'm not holding my breath over that. I would think 40 cents at a minimum, $1.15 at the maximum, but maybe you do get up to about $2 by the end of October. As far as what's after that, we'll see, right? That depends. I don't want to make any crazy calls if this thing doesn't perform as intended. If you stop at 40 cents, you're probably not going to get to new all-time highs by the end of this cycle. C-Pool. But I think that you'd go higher. I'm anticipating you'll see $1. Bit tensor on Coinbase here. It's a bit tenser with you around. I might be wrong on my Bitcoin call, you guys. Maybe that is the low. You know, I was really held up by the fact that Bitcoin had and Ethereum have a lot of longs, but you guys, we're moving up. We're moving up with the purpose. We've still yet to interact with this area of prior support. Let's see how we do it. You know, we could, if we find resistance here and it's immaculate resistance, we come down with a vengeance, then we might have one final flash crash down to like 107K. But soon enough, we'll know. I would say if we can get above, let's see, from a high to a low here. If we can get above 112.2K, guys, whew, that's it. We're ready to rock and roll, baby. TAO, maybe on a daily closing basis, that'd be the preference, or 2-4 hour, right? Bit tensor, high to low here, all the way up to this area down here. That's fine, whatever. Very, very volatile stuff. Weekly time frame ain't giving us too much. Let's look at the daily time frame. I don't like the RSI. I'm not a big fan of the stochastics either. Bitcoin's coming up and you're coming, I mean, you're up a little bit today, but you're coming back down. What's up with that, huh? What is up with that? That's okay. I'm not going to hold it against you. Rejecting your 50 and you're not going lower. You're finding support at the 40. That's nice, I suppose. Let's look at the 4 hour time frame. Okay, so that wick's just a farce then. Okay, good. I like it even more now. Glad we did that. Bullish divergence on the stochastics. Yeah, I think Tensor has found its low here. Bit Tensor. Let's look at the weekly time frame again. No, I don't like the week. Let's look at the 3-day time frame. It's not that I don't like the weekly. It's just it's not enough data to really like make a clear decision here. High to, or low to high, 786. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, I think you have found your low. You're probably moving up here. Once you get above about, let's say, $385, you should be moving up higher. You get above this. Once you get above 461, that's whenever the sparks will really start to fly. You're gonna take off like a rocket ship. But 385 is where you should validate this low, and you should be moving up higher from there. High to low. I would expect that we go all the way up to about $640, if not $797. Okay, somewhere in that area by the end of October. Again, that's your next target area. Could you go higher? Maybe as high as 1,000, maybe. But I'd focus more on that 800 to 640 area personally. Tau, T-A-O. Let's talk about Griffane. Oh, no. Sorry, not Griffane. We're going to talk about moon rocks, right? That's the one. Yep, moon rocks. Moon rocks. Braveheart's pumping. You know, I was looking at this one. It's always the ones you don't put money in that pumps, right? I was looking at this one when it was down. It's up 248%. Whenever I was looking at it, it was like more than an hour or two ago, I want to say. It was at like 002. Let me see. Actually, I'm kind of curious before we get into moon rocks. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Don't go buying the latest meme. You buy it whenever it first comes out. You don't buy it whenever it's up a lot, right? It could go up a lot higher though. You never. I mean, watch this thing go ballistic. Yeah, man. I was looking at it down here. Wouldn't that have been easy money? That would have been nice, right? But it's always the ones you don't buy, right? And we got better things than memes to worry about. They're here one day. They're gone another day. But let's just hurt my feelings real quick, okay? Let's take it from like the highest. Like I bought the highest in this low range here when I was looking at it. We'd be up a nice almost 4x. That's great. That's great. I wouldn't have put a ton of money in it anyways, though, so it's really not that big of a deal. But it hurts my heart. It hurts my brave little heart. Moon rocks. I'm in moon racks. Moon racks. Alrighty. Here we are, slowly but surely accumulating. I think it's obvious that we're accumulating here, you guys. You've got a low here. You've got a higher low or a double bottom, higher lows here, higher lows, right? You are moving sideways. Some of the best projects that I've ever invested in, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, they look just like this, where you like slowly round out your bottom. Not that this can't go lower. You know, there's things that I'm concerned about. I'm not a big fan of the amount of volume that there is taking place right now. But at the same time, you know, I would assume that as you move higher, you're probably going to get more volume coming in. And everybody who's wanted to sell this thing is probably out at this point, right? I mean, like literally from where I bought to the lowest that it went to, it dropped about 90%, right? So you dropped a ton, man. Dropped an absolute massive amount there. You've got a lot to go before you come back, but I do believe that moon rocks, I mean, at any point in time, probably I would think with this alt season kicking off, I would think that we'd see this thing really start to take off. And whenever it sees new all-time highs, we're looking for a 2 cent to a 4.6 cent price. It's got such a low market cap, man. $1.3 million. If and when it decides to take off, 2 cents to 4.6 cents, I think will be child's play. Absolutely. And I think this thing deserves a multi-million dollar, multi-$10 million market cap. We'll see. Even hundreds of millions at some point could be a very viable option, you know, but with that, you've got multi-100x capabilities, but time will tell. We'll see how it goes. We're at 001323 right now. Okay, let's move on from that. Moon rocks. Just waiting, man. Waiting. Whenever you get above about 002, that's when it's time to get excited on a daily closing basis. Yeah. Until then, we're just waiting. I want to go back to Braveheart. Let's just see what she's doing. I don't even know the meme. I've just seen it on x.com. People are like talking. There's this one guy who's like, how dare you post a picture of a 12-year-old child? It's like, dude, do you know how the internet works? They're posting pictures of themselves. Like, just because she's got a knife in it, it's not like it's an inappropriate thing. I don't even know. It sounds like she's the one that's like saying, we'll have to protect ourselves because our government won't protect us. I don't freaking know. I don't know anything about the meme at all, but it's on X. It's all over X. That's all I know. Probably going to sell off, right? That last hour had a bunch of volume and you moved up 187%. This hour has almost just as much volume and you haven't moved up a whole lot. So I wonder what that means. I don't really wonder. Yeah, that's probably it. Right. So again, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Maybe stay away from this one. But watch. It'll come down and then it'll be like worth $100 million or something like that, right? Anyways, let's move on here. TAO, that was the last. No, we talked about Moonrocks. Now it's Griffane. Yeah, we were checking this one out. It did really well. It did really well. And we stopped talking about it because I think that whoever worked on this project, I think they stepped away. Whenever you have a team step away from a project like this, it doesn't really bode well for the overall growth as time goes on. A little bit of root beer. Yeah, I'm glad that we stepped away from it. Yeah. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but damn, bro. Dropping 80% since May. I don't know too many cryptos that have dropped 80% since May. It was a top performer. There's a lot of good stuff going on, but I think it was, I don't know what happened, man. They just stopped posting. They stopped being productive. I would stay away from it. It's probably a dead project, man, honestly. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Let's just look at that real quick, okay? Let's see. Maybe they've come back to life. Griffane. Come on. Griffane.com. Let's see. April 25th. Yep, that's their last post, guys. And I mean, maybe it works. Maybe it's a project that works. It's a product that works still. But that's not a good sign, right? It's like they didn't even say bye. They just stepped away. That's not a good sign in my opinion, man. I would stay away from it. That's been the motto, and it's been working out so far, right? We'll see. I could be wrong. Maybe they stepped away just to see who the faithful are, and it'll go up. You want me to do TA on it? Okay, here, let's do some TA on it real quick. Low to high. You get below 3 cents, you're boned. You get above 10 cents, you're vindicated. Till then, we're in limbo. You're actually pretty damn close to breaking out to the boned effect. DIA is the next one. DIA. DIA. Bullish, very bullish formation there. That's a bull flag if I've ever seen one. You got a bull flag within a W, you guys. What's DIA's market cap? What is that? It's got a low cap, right? 88 million. $31 million in volume. Yeah, we like that. We like that a lot. This one, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, is looking frisky, y'all. I like this. You got the W with the bull flag. It's super bullish. Let's pretend this is a bull flag. Okay, I want to look at it on maybe a 3-day time frame. It might be more obvious. Yeah, maybe it's good on a weekly time frame. Screw it. Let's do it. We'll do it. Yeah, I'm gonna take this low to this high here. Bull flag to that low there. We're not gonna take the overall low. I'm just gonna take the low of like the flag itself. Put you up at $2.15. Yeah, you'll probably make a very rapid move to $2.15 and beyond. So that's nice. You probably don't stop there though. I would bet you go higher. Looking at this from a high to a low, the expectation here would be $2.06 to $3.60. Nice. That seems about right. You've got a lot to retrace though. We take a high over here to a low over here. Let's just see. Once you get above about $4, you're home free to new all-time highs. Okay. You guys, this thing's in a massive accumulation, but do you see it? Right? August 2023, higher lows, set the whole thing, higher highs even. Not here, I guess you don't have a higher high, but this is a massive accumulation phase. This could really pop hard, man. You've got such a low market cap. I wouldn't be surprised in the least if you saw the most robust move you've ever seen in your life come out of the next couple of months. I mean, man, this thing might rip all the way up to $14 by the end of October. I'm not kidding. Yeah, like genuinely, it could do some crazy stuff, guys. If not 14 bucks, I doubt that you go higher. I mean, you could. I'm not saying you can't. I've seen crazier things happen. But if not 14 bucks, I certainly would believe that you stop at about 4 bucks to 660. Okay. Anything less than that, I think is child's play. I don't think you stop there. Yeah. Dia. Is it a good time to buy though, C-Zar? Yeah, I think so. SD. Shout out to Economic Ninja. I'm pretty sure he made a video on SD recently, where he was talking about Stater. I didn't watch it. I think he was bullish on it, right? And that's probably why that big wick happened there, right? He's got the pumpers in his crew. Let's see here. We're gonna do 1 hour. Let's do the daily. Let's dissect this one a little bit. Yeah, it was today. Yeah, it was that wick, big wick. Just because it wicked up like that doesn't mean that it's bad, right? Some get those pumps and then they come down, right? Ninja, whenever he shouts something out, it always does this. It always does. There's people who are pumping it up in his group, whether it's coordinated or not. I don't think so. You know, I mean, maybe it is coordinated. I don't know, but it's not for me to say. I'm not part of the group, so I don't know. People keep asking me if I'm part of his groups. I've actually never joined a paid group before. I've paid someone in their Patreon before just because I supported them, but that was like the most I've ever done. But no, I'm not about that personally. Finding support at the 0, that'd be nice on the MACD. That's a good look right there. Stochastics are coming up. RSI looks bullish overall. Treat that wick like it doesn't exist, okay? Because it basically doesn't. That's a ninja wick right there, okay? There's got to be a name for that. Ninja wick? I don't know. We're going to call it the ninja wick. High to low. $3.03 to $5.74. That's your target area, okay? Yeah, I would think that's a good minimum. It's probably a good maximum as well. What's SD's market cap here? $41. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, hell, maybe SD, maybe even move up more than that. $3 to $5.74, $9.40 to $11.60, maybe. Could you go all the way up to 20 bucks? I think it's possible, but I would think $11.60 at the highest, $3.03 at the lowest. Really, I'd lean on that 574 area personally, somewhere around your all-time highs, 574 to 11 bucks. Yeah, that's where I think you're gonna go for Stater. Is it a good time to buy though? It just wicked really hard. I think it's a fine time to buy. Yeah, you're up 16% this week. You know, if it comes down a little bit, it might come down a little bit, but it's post wick. It's after the ninja wick, so you're buying at a better time now than where the high was. We're looking at the next one, XDB. XDB is the next one here. XDB chain. I don't think I've ever heard of this one. Oh my God. Oh wow, you guys. Oh yeah. Oh baby. What are you? I like the way this looks, guys. Yeah. We got a winner here. Yo, whoever requested XDB and who was like, I remember you were like really, really spamming it in the comment section on the YouTube live stream. Thank you. Oh yeah, baby, this is a good one. Wow, in the top 1,000, such a low cap coin. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Do your own research. I don't know anything about this coin. I don't know anything at all. We're gonna take a little. I'm taking a special interest in it though right now. I wish I had a pen. It's my bedroom, so I don't have a pen in here. I don't normally do work, but I'm gonna be doing work in here a lot more often now. Oh, that's not a bad profile score either. Profile score doesn't mean you're a good project. It just means you're transparent. Decent volume while you're being boring. That's fine. Right? Like you're up 3%. You got decent volume. That's not bad. Circulating supply, max supply is unknown. That's okay. How? You've got such a good score. How is it just not applicable? I don't know. Circulating supply here. Nothing about the tokenomics. I'll do a more in-depth research on it. Don't get carried away by the recent uptrend. What recent uptrend? What are you talking about? Is that an uptrend? That's, I mean, I guess, yeah, since April, I guess, yeah. How much are you up since April? Not bad. Up more than the average altcoin. I gotta admit, okay, hold on. Let's look at this. Okay, ready? Ready? This is why I creamed my pants whenever I saw the chart at first, okay? I love this meme so much. I love it more whenever it's like, with what? Let's see. Hold on. This, yeah. I effing love a chart that looks like that. You get it? Do you get it? Right? You get it. Why? Because all the people that wanted to sell have sold. All the people that wanted to step in have stepped in. There's like no more selling pressure. So you're going to have a serious reverberation. And typically with these kind of things, you move up faster than you moved down. I love this. Look up frying pan, saucer pattern, rounded bottom, whatever you want to look up, either of those three things. Look up, what does it mean? What does that mean? What does a rounded bottom chart pattern mean? What does a saucer pattern mean? What does a frying pan chart pattern mean? What does that mean? They're all the same thing. But what do they mean? It means very, very bullish phases of accumulation, okay? Dude. You guys, this is freaking ridiculous. Okay. Okay, I have to contain myself, okay? Because I don't know anything about this project, okay? Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I just know charts. I like this chart a lot. This thing might be the one coin that I've looked at in like the last 4 months that has the most likely probability of seeing a 40x or more between now and the end of October. Yeah, a 41x, 40x. Like I'm telling you right now, crazy, crazy stuff, you guys. You never know, it could dump if the fundamentals suck. But wow, what's going on? What is this thing? I'll have to do more research. I'll have to remember this. You've got to prove yourself. You know, you're not on a whole lot of different exchanges. When did you get listed on KuCoin? Dude, you guys. Do you see it? It's loading. It's taking a second, but do you see it? You see it? Can you predict what I'm about to say next? It's pretty obvious. Hold on. Do you see it? KuCoin is one of the bigger exchanges. It's especially for like degenerate low cap altcoins. Look at how much volume was here at the all-time lows. But there's no volume now. Yeah, but there is. There is. There's actually a lot of volume now. You guys, this thing might, holy crap. We might have a win. I'm going to have to, dude, we're going to have to do some research on this before it takes off. Okay, understand if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, here's what being wrong is going to cost. Unless it just tanks, unless it's an absolute bed crapper and it's we're getting totally rug pulled. Unless something like that happens, the minimum expectation would be a 6x. The minimum, let me say it again, the minimum expectation. If this thing does poorly, it's going to do a 6x, which outperforms the average altcoin already. Bro, dude, guys, wow. I want to do more research. You know, I'm getting excited. Let's do it now. Screw it. We're going to do it now real quick, okay? I'm just going to click on the white paper and we're going to look at the tokenomics. We're just going to do a quick little overview of the tokenomics. I was watching I was in a space the other day and someone was like, if you think that you can find a good gem by looking at the tokenomics, you're just showing how flawed your logic is. I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? If you're not looking at tokenomics to invest, what are you doing? You're probably just a meme coin investor, and that's fine, but legal disclaimer, what does this say? The white paper serves solely for information. Okay, yeah, whatever. Yeah. Okay, cool, whatever. I might have to read that. Because if this is like, what was it? I can't even remember the coin. EOS, where they're like, EOS does not promise to deliver a project. You cannot sue us or get upset if this coin goes to zero and we don't deliver any kind of product. If it says something like that, I'm just gonna get the hell out. Let's see. Hold on. Reversed tokenomics burned 1+ billion XDB. Well, how'd that work out for you? Because you got pretty damn burned there, didn't you? Reversed tokenomics. I don't care. Let's see. Hold on. Problem statement. I don't want to read all this. I want to read the tokenomics. Vision and solution. Again, this is a sales pitch, guys, right? Don't read this and think, wow, it's groundbreaking. It's probably just like the rest of these groundbreaking projects, right? You know what I mean? Only a few of them actually do take off. Reverse tokenomics. Okay, that's a fancy. That's funny. They're just buttering the bread there, guys. Unlike traditional tokenomics, which primarily focus on the token distribution to the stakeholders like seed investors, tokens. Reverse tokenomics emphasizes the strategic use of tokens after they are reacquired through the buyback process. This approach, a departure from traditional market strategies, involves funding buybacks through various means, such as transaction fees and operational profits. Well, that's cool. It's pretty cool. But you don't tell me anything. You're not telling me anything by that. Here we go. Burned coins to date, but what? But to what date? What date? What date? It's a pretty idea, but you're not being specific. How do you have such a high profile score if you're not being that specific? Circulating supply is 17 billion. Max supply is 20 billion. Okay, well, that's nice. Okay, so they've probably burned some more. Treasury holdings. This is not the tokenomics, though. Okay, community holdings, huh? USB device not recognized. Dude, there's no USB device in my computer at all. I guess the mic is. You guys can still hear me though, right? It's recognized then. Unless somebody swapped it for something. Somebody snuck in here and swapped it so they can steal all my Bitcoins, baby. Let's see. You will be sourly disappointed because you're going to need more than that. That's for damn sure. Community holdings. Wow. Marketing and partnerships. Treasury allocation. Okay, so treasury allocation doesn't mean, so this is not the total percentage. Wow. I gotta admit, I'm kind of impressed with the tokenomics. All right, that's all I want to say. I'll read more about it later. This might be the real deal, you guys. Understand, like, dude, this thing could 100x like by October. I'm not saying it will. I don't want to get too crazy, but guys, we spent some time talking about this one, so we're gonna move on. All right, do your own research. Do your own research. Please do not do this thing where you hear a YouTuber who you like, who's got a very beautiful face and a very soothing voice, says, wow, that's a great project. I'm going to have to look into that. And don't do this thing where you hear that and you think, I'm going to sell everything I have and put it into that. Why not? Don't do that, because if you do that and it freaking tanks the bed, I haven't even done research on it, like it's already tanked. There's all these good things, I got to admit, and again, I didn't just post this for my health. Draw the connections, but I'm just saying, do your own research. And if this thing can do massive growth, right? Put a small percentage of your portfolio in, because then a small percentage can turn into a large percentage. XCN Onyx Coin is my biggest bag in my portfolio now. It was one of my smallest bags before it blew up, right? And that's okay. That's okay. And then you do that because if you get wrecked, then at least your big bags and the other projects that you've got validation and conviction in, when those do well, you'll make back any losses that you might accrue. But if I'm being honest, I want to buy this thing. I want to buy it now. All right, let's move on. Okay, XDB. That one got a lot of attention. Let's talk about DOT, baby. Let's talk about DOT. I think that DOT is gonna crack the bed eventually and go way down, DOT. That's what I think about DOT. Most cryptos don't look like this, right? DOT, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. If you guys haven't heard, they basically spent all their money on marketing. They're like hemorrhaging money. They're praying beyond all prayers, and everybody knows it in the crypto space, at least anybody who's paid attention. They're praying beyond all prayers that people will start to use their product again or invest in them, because they got nothing, man. They got nothing. They're a pointless, useless, worthless coin at this point in time, and only because of that do they, I think, have a chance of moving up. It's the pointless, useless, worthless stuff that does almost always. But this looks like a distribution phase, if anything. Honestly, it reminds me of Mana. Unfortunately, it makes me scared for Mana. Because it's like if Mana's chart looks just like Dot's chart, oh, dude, that's not good. That's not a good thing, guys. The weekly RSI, I suppose, looks decent, but overall actually very bad. I just like that you're getting overbought, not getting oversold, but overall it does look bad. Stochastics, they don't look good. No. MACD does also not look good, so Get above $5.30 to prove me wrong. Get below $3.50 to prove me right. Until then, you're in limbo, and I think you're going to go below the totem pole, if that makes sense. I don't like DOT, guys. I would, I wouldn't be surprised if DOT pumped. Hell, I wouldn't even be surprised if you got above these highs. I would be surprised if you got above $30 by the end of the cycle. That much I would be surprised with. I think this thing's done, man. I wouldn't touch it. It's definitely not seeing new all-time highs. What do I know? I don't know. Maybe I'm a hater. Index cooperative. It's loading. I wish I had another root beer. Oh my goodness. Am I? Okay, no, a little bit, maybe not. Okay, we're good. By the way, shout out to All American Crave for this bucket hat. Some super sick apparel that they got over there. Just throwing some love their way. I'll leave a link in that pinned comment with the list as well. For anybody that wants some super sick bucket hats or fall apparel, they've got a new fall line. Some cozy socks, stuff like that. It's not an affiliate link. I'm not being paid to advertise. I like their stuff. And I like the people that are behind it, right? They're good. $1.13 right now. Consolidating, looking funky. Looking pretty funky. I suppose I like it. I suppose I do. Let's look at the daily time frame, get a closer look at you. Can I look at you on Coinbase? No, you just wick that hard anyways, don't you? That's just annoying. I'm getting a bearish stochastics with a bullish RSI with a neutral MACD. That's of no help at all. I suppose I like it, but at the same time I don't, right? You got lower lows since April. You're moving sideways here. You know, this kind of look is nice, but you don't do this. This part's not. Just the fuzziness here, the consolidation. You're finding resistance at this area of support. I don't know anything about this coin, but something tells me maybe stay away from it as well. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Maybe stay away from it. That's low volume for a $7.6 million market cap, guys. It's not like terrible. It's not terrible. I don't know, man. This might be my biggest mistake, but I would say stay away from it. I don't feel comfortable. Maybe it comes up here at $1.11. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Maybe you come up to like 370 to 430 or 670 itself, but will you see new all-time highs? I don't know. I don't know anything about this thing, and it doesn't look. I don't like it. I don't like the chart. Something about it's giving me the heebie-jeebies. I would stay away. Watch this one be the one, and then XDB tanks. AI 16Z talking about tanks. Let's see. It's taking forever to load, isn't it? They got kids' clothes and stuff. Let's actually go. It's loading. Okay, there we go. Nope, that's index cooperative still. Where is it? Patriotic bucket hat, baby. It's still loading. What's taking you so long? I might do it on this one. Sometimes the browser tabs just crap out for whatever reason. I've noticed. Yeah, like look at that. That was so fast. I don't know what's up with that. There was one more. Is it page 5? Yeah, page 5. They got the same hat right there. If you guys want that hat, it's on page 5. They got some dope beanies too. Anyways, AI 16Z. A little bit of a double bottom here. Could you come back? Maybe. You're the laughing stock of the crypto markets, right? Everybody loved you, and then you tanked. That is a definition of a blow off top. That is a definition of a pump and dump, my friends. You sold off down 96%. Will you come back is the question, and I don't know the answer. The weekly time frame doesn't give me enough. The daily time frame looks bad. I would stay away from this one as well. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I would stay away. I would just not. I'd just better off not. Yeah. Decent volume. Gotta admit, decent volume. Can't deny that. Right? And it's probably because you sold off. I mean, a lot of volume at the low. You got a double bottom. And this, I'm going to say it, and I'm not happy about what I'm going to say. I bet you see higher prices. I bet you come back to like 62 cents, if not up to like $1. But I would just stay away from it, man. But I bet you do. I bet it does. But I don't like it. I don't like it at all. You guys aren't making these easy on me, man. Because whenever when we're in a bull market for crypto and I call for a coin to do absolute jack, that's a dangerous call. I'm really setting myself up for failure. Alchemy Pay hasn't done much at all either. We're waiting on it though. I think that it will come back. I think that it will rise from the ashes and probably see prices above 20 cents once it finally decides to do something, right? You're in a massive consolidation phase. I mean, to me, it looks like a massive accumulation phase. Higher lows, higher highs. You just haven't broken out yet. There's no such thing. There's 1, 2, 3 tops. You got a triple top. There's no such thing as a quadruple top. You're not going to come up here and then reject down. You're going to break out on this next attempt. And where would you go? At least 12 cents, but probably to new highs, probably 20 cents or higher. Why do we say 20 cents or higher? Because if you take a high here to a low there, that 1886 to 200 area is at 18 to 20 cents. I should say 18 cents or higher then. Maybe 30 cents or 45 cents. By the end of October, I would think we see a move at least at 13 cents, if not maybe up to 20 cents. And then going into the end of the year, we should see higher prices, yeah. ACH, we're just waiting, man. It's chilling. It's consolidating. It's been boring. That's why we haven't talked about it for a while, because it's really been boring. I mean, I could have talked about it 5 or 6 weeks ago, 7 weeks ago, and it's still at the same price. You know what I mean? It's other than that high there, which was pretty damn exciting, but just didn't prevail. But I think we're waiting on alt season to start, and then it'll do good things. Okay, OGN is the next one. Man, how many coins do I got left? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 more coins on a 25 coin video. Oh, I feel like I've been here forever. I'm in this chair all damn day. I need to get out of here, man. No, I'll be good. After this, I'm gonna take a nice needed break. These videos do take a lot, man. They're like hour-long videos, right? Most of the time. High to low. I don't like this chart at all. No. Yeah, I don't like it. There's good things going on, I guess. The weekly RSI isn't completely in the dumps, but the stochastics are at all-time lows. Again, you guys are setting me up for failure here, man. If I don't like a chart and it does like this, watch this thing do the best out of any chart in crypto. You sold off a lot. You just haven't shown any life. Origin protocol. Decent volume while you're being boring. That's encouraging, at least, right? 47 million. Let's give a better look, I guess. Why can't you give me easy ones, guys? Okay. I like this. I do like the daily. I like this look. I actually really do like that look. So I didn't draw that the best, but you see what I'm going for, right? You got the nipple there. Boom. Okay, I like it. Good. Now that I've established that, at least I can give you a heading. Okay, yes, I do think it moves up. Okay. Cool. I'm happy with that. Let's look at the high to low. Oh, and look at that too. I didn't even see it until now. You might have a giant W here as well. Perhaps. I would think by the end of October, by the end of this next phase in the crypto markets where you're moving up, not the end of a cycle, you'll be at 22 cents or higher. I would shoot for 47 cents. Perhaps as high as $1. 47 and 90 cents is what I'm going with, okay? I believe in you, Origin. I believe in you. If I'm wrong, prove me wrong violently and go below 5.5 cents, and then I'll just hang my head in shame and I'll never talk about you again. Don't just go below there. Close a week below there, right? Close a week below there. That's what would do it. Not just wicking. Ethereum Classic, talking about accumulation phases, guys. Look at this. I can't define a more perfect horizontal range. It's like sideways. Is it distributive? Is it accumulative? Time will tell. The fact that Ethereum's pumping and ETC is not pumping, I suppose, is a little bit concerning. It's a little bit concerning because normally ETC, like if ETH pumps, ETC would pump more. And you had your excuse, you had your reasoning back in April 7th, but why aren't you up here? Why aren't you moving up higher, right? That could be a problem. That could be problematic. Overall, I like your chart, but the thing is, the last time I feel like we used to talk about ETC a lot, back here in 2024. You just keep moving sideways like this. You're breaking out of your uptrend, just slowly going sideways. I would think, and for a long time we were thinking that ETC would see new all-time highs by the end of this cycle. I wouldn't be surprised if it did, but I would think it depends on what we do between now and the end of October, especially by the end of this year. If you want new all-time highs at $359, $900, something like that, or higher, all the way up to maybe even $1,000 or $2,000, you probably need to get above, I would say you need to get above $70, man. Get above $70 by the end of October. You need to be above $100 by the end of this year. If you're at any less than that, your best that you're going to see this cycle is 130. Maybe all-time highs. You double top, consolidate, and then at best you consolidate the same way XRP and XLM did for multiple cycles, Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash, multiple cycles, and then break out. But this could be a cycle where you don't really do much. I don't know. You haven't done much so far. What I will say is on the bright note, you've got a very long sideways phase. So if you break out of this, again, you should see some fireworks fly. You'd at least need to get to $70, man. But I think the higher the better. You get to $100 or more by the end of October, there's little doubt in my mind that you're going to be worth $900 to $2,400 by the end of the cycle, ETC. But you need to make a move, yeah. I have faith in you. Stochastics look good. The RSI is about to cross above the zero. It is crossing above the zero right now, or the MACD is. RSI looks fine. Just do it. If you look good, do something good. Don't dilly-dally and don't move down from here. Virtuals, man, all these ones. Ever since XDB, they've all been so morbid. Absolutely morbid. Like the people who've been waiting for me to make these calls, I'm making this video now, and I feel like I'm just stomping on your hopes and dreams. I'm not trying to, but I'm not going to butter the bread if it's not worth being buttered. If it's got mold on it, man, we're going to be like, get this out of here. It's trash, Shout out to Dot on that note. And probably basically everything else we've talked about. Maybe OGN and AI16Z and ACH. I'm more confident in ACH than anything else that we've talked about that ACH will see new all-time highs. Less confident in OGN and AI16Z, but OGN, its recent structure doesn't look half bad, I must admit. Maybe not all of them have been bad. I'm just being a drama queen. My bad. Because ACH doesn't look bad, actually. Weekly MACD looks decent. Stochastics suck. RSI is neutral. Good, bad, neutral. That doesn't help. Virtuals, bull flag, maybe, kind of. Daily time frame. What was that? That was a loud noise. I'm going to mute my computer because I don't know what the hell that was. I think the Koreans have finally hacked my... Okay, what the... Whoa. Okay, it keeps saying that a USB device connected is malfunctioned. Am I being hacked? I guess my charger is a USB device too. I don't know which one it would be. The mic's been in this whole time. I just plugged in the charger recently, so it must be the charger. I'm going to mute it. Oh, the Koreans replaced my charger. That's what happened, guys. Okay, let's continue here. Let's see. Hold on. Oh, I'm on the wrong tab. All right. Virtuals. And for anybody that thinks that that's like a racial slur, that's not. I'm just, the North Korea is very prominent in crypto hacks. They're like very, very prominent with that. So that's more of a joke, a very serious joke, but a joke nonetheless. If your feelings are hurt by that, I don't have time for that, man. Golden ratio down to the 382. I would think you do move up virtuals. You probably move up to $3, $3.90. Yeah. You're at $1.18 now. Much higher than that, I don't know. By the end of October, probably not, but by the end of the year, I think that you could make a run all the way to $10. Virtuals. What are you worth market cap wise? Yeah, $10 by the end of the year, maybe. $24 by the end of the cycle. Maybe $62 by the end of the cycle. Maybe. $1.18 now. You got a lot of growth to go. I think it looks good. There we go. I just had to complain enough, and then we got a good one. Tell. Damn it, now we're talking about Tell. Tell coin. I'm just joking, by the way. I like Tell. I think it's going to do good, too. I think it'll grow. Oh, now this tab's crapping out on me. Let's see. Have they switched places? They have switched places. Isn't that funny? I think it's hilarious how that works out. But this one's still crapping out too. Oh, wow, they're basically both. This one actually went faster. Okay. High to low. Should I take that low? Low here. If you guys ever want to see me delirious, just watch these videos. Watch them like the last like 10 minutes of them, because I will be absolutely slap happy. Nothing like making you delirious than looking at a bunch of different charts that more or less all look the same, right? You look good, Telcoin. I would think your next target area, you're at about half a cent now. Your next target area is probably going to be about 2.5 cents to 4 cents, okay? By the end of October. Consolidate down, come down, and then going into the end of the year, we should be running to new all-time highs. Next year, I think you will see prices all the way up at 20 cents, 21 cents, 92 cents. What's your market cap? Let's just make sure I'm not making a fool out of myself. 468 million. 468 million. You could, man. Tell by the end of the cycle, $20 to 93 cents. Sorry. 21 to 93 cents possible target outcomes, okay? Absolutely. I'd lean more on that 21 to 40 cent area personally, but yeah. Yeah, you got a lot of growth in you, man. You look good. You actually look really good. Good. The good ones are starting to roll in, you guys. Nice to see. Yep, Telcoin's going to outperform the average coin. I think so. Digibyte, here's one. Here's one that might flop. I don't know, man. If Ninja's CPR couldn't bring this thing back, I don't know what's going to. And maybe it's got good things going for it, but I don't hear anybody talk about it. I don't really, I believed for a second there that it would come back, and maybe it does. Let's be fair, you're in a very long-term phase of just moving sideways. You could accumulate, you could be accumulating, and if you do, you rip, you're going to blow right through the roof. You could absolutely see new all-time highs by the end of the cycle, but you got to do something first. If you get below 7 or 0.0, if you get below 007, you're dead in the water. Nothing's bringing you back. No amount of Ninja could bring you back. Maybe for a day. You got to get all the way back above like 2 cents, you guys. You get above 2 cents, it's game on. You're not stopping until 4.6 to 6 cents. You're not stopping until 8 to 12 cents, maybe one of those target areas. I wouldn't be surprised if this long of a consolidation phase, you just ran all the way up to 8.5 to 12 cents. But you got to break above 2 cents first. And if you're dead in the water, get below 007. Till then, we're in limbo. Limbo. Hopefully it's not limbo. Hopefully it's a jumping competition. Or what do they call it? The high jump. Because limbo, you go beneath the bar. High jump, you go over. You want to go over the bar. You don't want to go beneath it. With this one, Jupiter. Ooh, Jupiter. That's a interesting request. I don't get that one too often. Nope, we're not going to use it on Binance. Let's look at a different one. Bybit. Did I see Bybit? Okay. Yeah, we're going to use it on Bybit. Once it loads, we're going to delete this. Yeah, just because I think it's taken up. Let's see, what are we doing on these liquidations? Liquidibabados. We're moving up. We're moving up, guys. I like it. I like to see it. I hope I'm wrong. I hope we do just move up. That'd be great. That'd be really great, honestly. I would love to see it. Oh, and speaking of being wrong, look, it just keeps moving up too. Slowly, though, you're rounding out. You're probably going to top off here pretty soon. Just blast through the roof. Jupiter. Boys are from Jupiter because we're smarter. High to low. Right, that's how it goes. Or boys are from Venus because we have, I don't know. High to low here, 57 or 47.5 cents weekly time frame. Kind of a weird consolidation phase, isn't it? Weird in the sense that I don't like it. It might go down. But Jupiter's so utilized in this space. What's the market cap? Yeah, you have a very low amount of volume there. But you have more volume than that going through your ecosystem on a daily basis. So that's not maybe a fair representation. Right. Most of the volume isn't done through the investing side. It's done through the ecosystem itself. So I like the 382 rejection to 236 support. If you're below the 236, we'd be having a different conversation right now. But in all honesty, you held the 069. You held the 236. Up you go. You have 47 cents now. We'll see you at 92 cents to $1. And by the end of October, I really wouldn't be surprised you're at $1.50 to $1.25. That's the call. New all-time highs by the end of the cycle? I think so. Here's your target area is $3 to $5.66. Will you go higher than that? Possible. That is well below the average expectations of the average altcoin. You know, if you were to see an average move for the average altcoin, I think that you'd see something on like $9 to $11, if not $18.50. But time will tell. Let's just see how you do first. By the end of October, if you're not at $1.25 to $1.50, maybe you won't go above $10 this cycle. But we'll see. Jupiter, I think you're going to move up higher. Is it a good time to buy? I think so. I think so. Ponky the donkey. It's actually a monkey. Pretty sure. Ponky the monkey. I don't know how to pronounce it, so I always say Ponky. But I always say Ponky. Sounds like it needs to have that kind of accent, that twang to it. I don't know why. There we go, baby. Back above 112K. I loved it. What's Ethereum doing? Where are we at with ETH? Yeah. Oh yeah, baby. Still at 4,600. I was hoping that it'd be up a little bit more. But hey, BTC's moving up. That is really what matters most. I love it, man. I really hope that I'm wrong and that we don't move lower. I hope that we just move up, man. It's time to make money, guys. We've been patient. We've been so patient. And if we move lower, it's a little bit lower. It's not going to be like, who cares? We all know we're moving up here pretty damn soon. Just got to hold out. Ponky's probably going to come up. Yeah, you're below the 236. I know, but you're probably going to come up, man. The wicks on the downside of these candles here, you know. Weekly time hates being oversold. Stochastics do as well. Yeah, you're going to go up, man. Okay, so up from the current price, high to low, I'd expect that we're at 31 to 38 cents. You're at 10 cents now. Probably that area, if not 48 to 63 cents by the end of October, yeah? That's where you're going. Probably here, if not here. New all-time highs remain to be seen. We'll see. Maybe. How much are we at here with Ponky? Ponky. 59. Yeah, dude, actually, you know, well, in all fairness, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe move up a lot more than that. That's a low market cap, guys. For some reason, I thought it was a higher market cap. Wait. Maybe you are at new all-time highs by October. I stand by it. 48 cents to 63 cents could be a target. I actually think less of the golden ratio now because you have such a low market cap. 48 to 63 cents. This thing probably does rip through the freaking roof. You might go all the way up to like $1.69 to $4. Yeah. Ponky's going to rip. Ponky's going to rip, guys. I would feel more confident in that $1.69 than I would at $4 target, but you never know. Low market cap coin, and there's some accumulation being had down here. There's absolutely that happening. So, Ponky looking good. Dog. I don't know what dog is. Dog. Is it Dogecoin dog? No. It's probably this one. It's probably this one. Right? Ah, yes. Yes, a easy one. Thank you. Somebody was requesting this one over and over and over again. I forget who it was, but they were really requesting it, and I was like, okay, fine, we'll do dog. This one is garbage. I would stay away from it. Maybe not. Hold on now. Wait a second, C-Zar. You might be being mean. Let's wait. Let's wait and see here. We don't have all the history. Something's telling me. I am seeing the future, and we do not have all the history. This is the one right here. Dog, Bitcoin, that's right. That's this one, right? Let's go to the all-time history. To think that this thing has the same market cap as, or even higher market caps than a lot of like actual projects is ridiculous, isn't it? So he came out in May. Here's June. We don't have all the history yet. Oh, you came out in May. Oh, 2024, April. Okay, wow. So very, let me see, 1 year, all time. Okay. Can I scroll down? Not a lot of volume. Let's look at something else, okay? Because you've just gotten listed on Kraken. Oh, I hate how long it takes to load, man. I got to figure something out with the internet, man. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. I let my landlords convince me of using it, and I wanted to get Verizon. But Verizon also, it's just where I am, man. Verizon would probably suck out here too, to be completely fair. 55% after being listed on Kraken. That's a Kraken listing dump is what that is. Yeah, okay. I judged you too harshly, dog. Yo, dog, chill, okay? Everything's going to be fine. We're going to give a dog a bone here. Yeah, golden ratio down to the 382. It's perfect. You're going up, baby. That's what you're going to, yeah, you're going to move up. We are going all the way. I think so. I believe in dog. I believe in dog, you guys. At least 0077. At least 0077. If not all the way back up, or not all the way back, but all the way to new all-time highs at 1.88 cents. Maybe even you go up to 4.2 cents. 420? Maybe. That's a high market cap. I don't know about that one. I do believe in that 1.88 cents area, though. And at least 0077, okay? At least that. Cool. Nice. All right. Yeah. AFR. Huh. Somebody said Aquifer, I remember, and it was AFR. What's Braveheart doing? Yeah, okay, good. My pride isn't totally dead. AFR. AFR. Is it this one? Look, if it's this one, AFR is bad. Okay, if it's this one, it's very bad. Why? Because the liquidity is terrible. It's definitely not this one. I must be missing something. Let's see. Is it a stock? No. Man, somebody was really, really spamming this too. Is it Aquifer? How do I spell Aquifer? Is it a PH? Aquifer. Aquifer. I don't know. Aquifer. It's a word, but I'm not spelling it right. Aquifer. 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 Right. Aquifer. Nope. I don't know. Aquifer. Let's do this. Let's try this. Yeah, I got nothing, bro. Whoever was, you were requesting it like a madman too. All for naught. Threw me off. You got me good. You got me real good. Epic Chain is the next one, and that's the final one. Epic Chain. Oh, that's good. Just on CoinEx. Oh, guys, I'm so tired. I'm so freaking tired. I'm ready for sleeps, but it's the middle of the day. Can't you see? The sunlight is still out. I can't really show you. Just with the way the camera's angled, I can't. But you can see the daylight in the mirror there. Epic Chain. See, it's at like this point in the video, it's like I've been doing this for over an hour, so I'm like, we're all personal. We're all nice and cozy. High and low. Golden race. Oh, you look great. You look great. Yes. Finishing on a strong note. Good. Why can't they all be like this? Look at that. Oh, beautiful. Guess what, guys? We got another winner. Oh, I love to see it. Epic indeed. Good job. Thank you for the request, whoever you were. Oh, perfect. What a good note to finish on. I'm glad we're talking about that. Yeah. Oh, baby. That's perfect. Okay. Token unlocks. Should we check it out? Circulating supply is 30 million epics. Max supply? Unknown. Let's check it out. Token unlocks for Epic Chain. We're going to find out and do a low down. Unlocked. Locked. So there's only a little bit locked left. Isn't that nice? I don't even care to look into it, but let's look into it. I love this too because I love to define for anybody who's new to crypto. This is I'm gonna decipher what all these words mean. Ready? Private round. Well, that's the team. Team 2. Well, that's the team. Team 3. That's the team as well. Team 1. That's also the team. Reserve. That's the team. Partnerships. That's the team. Okay, so cool. So about other than the ecosystem and the staking rewards, so that's 18%. Everything else went to the team. Back in the day, in 2017 and 2018, whenever that happened, that'd actually be a clear sign that that's a bad project. These days, I actually think it's a good thing. You want most of the team to hold the... You're not going to have... These days, everybody's like gone with the wind. You're not going to have a more convicted holder than people who are literally developing and making this project these days, at least, right? Because people making projects these days, if they're making it on exchanges and stuff, they're not just like listing a random coin on a DEX, right? Like, I don't know, call me crazy, but I've seen a lot of projects where they've had good token allocation and they've gone under, and the ones that most of the team holds most of the coins lately, they seem to be doing well for whatever reason. Aquifer. I think we all learned a little something today, didn't we? Epic Chain. Okay, cool. Nice. I like it. I like it. Let's look and see here real quick. Is that its market? What is the Epic is what it is. Epic. Is it not just on CoinEx? Thank you. Thank you. It's not just on CoinEx. Yes. That's great. When did it come out? All-time history. It came out in 2021. Wow. I love it even more. I love it even more, guys. I love it even more. My daughter's about to cry, so just pay attention, okay? Yep. There we go. Yep. Let's see. KuCoin. KuCoin. Oh, I'm gonna be done here soon, I promise. $2.41. High to low. I feel like that makes me sound so bad. She's like, Dada's not done making videos. I'm almost done. I played with her earlier too, but high to low. Let's see. Oh, she misses me. I gotta finish up, guys. I don't know. There's not enough historical data on the charts for me to do analysis, but what I can say is I think this thing looks really good. I think it's going to continue. You have a very low market cap. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw a 10x move or more between now and the end of October. Absolutely. Something crazy is about to happen. But we already moved up so much. Yeah, and you're still going to get a 10x or more. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, dude, minimum target, $9? Probably not. You're probably not stopping there. I like 13 to 15. $30, man. That might be where you go. But I got nothing else for you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. If there were two coins that stood out to me the most, it'd be what was it? XDB and Epic Chain. They stood out the most. If I was interested in buying, if I had to just blindly put money into any coins out of the ones we talked about, it would be XDB and Epic Chain, undeniably. But XDB has my interest. But I would do more research in them first. I don't know anything about the projects. I'd do more research into them first, and then make the decision there. Hit the like button, subscribe. Take care. Shout out to All American. What? I'm sorry, I can't. It's All American. Starts with a C. All American. Did I delete? Oh, right here. All American Crave. All American Crave. That's right. Shout out to them. Hit the like button, you guys. Subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Okay, take care. Bye bye.